Hello, I am Ansingle. In this project of ELF100, I will be discussing cathode fluorescent lamp, commonly known as tube light. Fluorescents are a large family of light sources. There are three main types of fluorescent lamps: cold cathode, and electroluminescent. The most common fluorescent lamp is the cold cathode one, and we will be discussing this one. So the part of cold cathode tube light are arc tube, blastoic, and starter. If we see the blast choke, it's basically an inductor. And a point to be noted here is that its power factor is only zero 0.5, which is fairly low. And now we have an arc tube. In an arc tube, we have a tungsten electrode, so which hits the inert gas, which is usually argon, and it has liquid mercury and also some internal phosphorus coating, so which converts the UV light into white light. And then the working of this this is the circuit diagram. Look at the fact that choke is connected to the tungsten, which is connected to the bimetallic switch, that is starter, and which is again connected to the tungsten electrode, and that's it. That's the circuit. So before the bimetallic switch is off, that is when the starter is on. So what happens is the AC current flows to the ballast through the tungstens to the starters. So what happens in that the tube, the inert gas in the tube heats up due to tungsten, and also the ballast increases its energy in terms of the magnetic field stored in it. So when this switch turns off, bimetallic switch turns off, what happens is that the inductor flux uh, shoots out, so creating a very high potential difference and hence creating an arc and vaporizing mercury. So this then the plasma obtained of the inert gas uh, and the mercury collides and producing UV light, which connected to the phosphorus to produce white light. So there are a few exciting questions, so which are very interesting to know. So what if there's no starter connected? In case there's no starter, you will note that there will be no arc and hence no vaporization of mercury or anything like. So it was clear from the name starter that the thing will not start, tube will not emit light. So, but if there's no capacitor in the starter, the role of the capacitor is to improve the power factor, which we noted to be 0.5 only in ballast. So a capacitor in the parallel series corrects the power factor. If there's no ballast, the ballast is needed again for the arc, and hence there will be no current, no arc, and no UV light and no white light. So what if ballast is disconnected at some time? So the role, unlike starter, whose role is just to start the light, in ballast, there's some extra role, which is that ballast is needed for the circuit to control its power. Ballast controls the tube's power. If that's not, if ballast is not there, that is, if we somehow power it with a Tesla coil, power the tube with a Tesla coil, then the tungsten filaments will heat up these gases inside and reduce this resistance until it bursts. So it will lead in the destruction of the tube. Hence, ballast is needed for limiting the power and current for the tube. Thank you.